Hello, friends. Welcome to our slow English listening practice. Today, we are going to the market together. Imagine we are walking through a busy street market with many stalls. You can hear people talking, see colorful fruits, vegetables, clothes, and many other things. The market is full of life. I am here with my friend, Anna, and we will practice English through a role-play conversation. We will walk together, look at things, ask about prices, and buy some items. We will speak slowly, in clear English, so you can listen, understand, and learn step by step. Let's begin.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I am Anna, and I am very happy to be here today. I really enjoy going to the market because it feels warm and alive. You see people smiling, talking, and moving around. It is not like a big supermarket where everything is quiet and serious. In the market, you feel the culture, you smell the fresh fruits, you see the colors, and you hear the voices of sellers calling out their products. It is almost like a storybook world where every corner has something new. Today, I want to buy some fruits, vegetables, and maybe even a new dress. I think this will be a very fun English practice for all of us.
That sounds wonderful, Anna. I also enjoy the market. I like looking at fresh apples, bananas, oranges, and many other fruits. They are colorful, and they make me feel healthy just by looking at them. Vegetables too. Green cucumbers, red tomatoes, orange carrots, purple eggplants. All together they look like a rainbow. And of course, sometimes I like to look at clothes, especially shirts, because they are cheaper in the market than in big stores. I think the market is not just about buying. It is also about talking to people, learning how to ask questions, and practicing polite English.
Yes, exactly. The market is a perfect place to practice English in real life. For example, when you go to the fruit stall, you can ask, "How much are the apples?" Or, "Can I have 1 kilo of bananas, please?" The seller will answer, and then you can respond. This back and forth is what makes your English stronger. And because the sentences are simple and repeated often, it is easy for beginners. So today, while we walk through this market in our story, we will try to use those natural sentences slowly and clearly.
All right, Anna. Let's imagine we are now entering the market gate. The first stall we see is full of fruits. The seller is arranging red apples into a big pile. The apples are shiny and look very fresh. I feel like taking one and eating it right away. There are also green grapes, yellow bananas, and some juicy oranges. The smell of oranges is in the air. I turn to you and say, "Anna, these apples look delicious. Do you want to buy some apples?"
I smile and say, "Yes, David, the apples do look delicious. I think fresh apples are always a good idea. They are sweet, healthy, and easy to carry. Let's ask the seller about the price." Then I look at the fruit seller and say slowly, "Hello, how much are the apples?" The fruit seller smiles and answers, "The apples are $2 per kilo." I nod and repeat softly to myself, $2 per kilo. This way I practice listening and speaking. Then I turn to you and say, "David, should we buy 1 kilo?"
I think about it and say, "Yes, 1 kilo is perfect. We don't want to carry too much, but we do want to enjoy them later. So I look at the seller and say clearly, "Can we have 1 kilo of apples, please?" The seller puts the apples in a bag, weighs them, and hands the bag to me. I smile and say, "Thank you very much." Then I give the money, and the seller says, "You're welcome." I turn back to Anna and say, "This was a very good practice. We asked about the price, we understood the answer, and we bought the apples." Simple, but very useful English.
Yes, David, that was excellent. I think our friends listening should also try repeating these sentences after us. For example, repeat after me. How much are the apples? Good. Now repeat after David. Can we have 1 kilo of apples, please? Excellent. When you repeat slowly and clearly, you train your mouth and your mind at the same time. That is how your English becomes natural.
Now, let's continue walking in the market. Next to the fruit stall, I see a vegetable stall. The stall is full of green cucumbers, shiny tomatoes, fresh carrots, and some onions. The smell of onions is strong, but it reminds me of cooking a good soup. I think we should buy some vegetables too. I turn to you, Anna, and say, "Do you want to buy some vegetables today?"
I look at the cucumbers and say, "Yes, I would like some cucumbers. They look fresh, and I enjoy eating cucumber salad in the summer. It is light, healthy, and very tasty." Then I ask the seller politely, "Hello, how much are the cucumbers?" The seller answers, $1 per kilo. I smile and say, "That is a good price." Then I look at you, David, and ask, "Shall we buy 1 kilo of cucumbers?"
I nod and say, "Yes, Anna, let's buy 1 kilo." Then I turn to the seller and say clearly, "Can we have 1 kilo of cucumbers, please?" The seller puts the cucumbers into a bag, weighs them, and hands the bag to me. I say, "Thank you very much." Then I give the money, and the seller smiles and says, "You're welcome." Again, this is such a simple and natural English conversation. First, we say hello, then we ask the price, then we order politely, and finally we say thank you.
Exactly, David. And this is how English in the market works. You don't need difficult grammar or long sentences. Just polite, clear, and simple words. For example, listen carefully. How much are the cucumbers? Can we have 1 kilo, please? Thank you very much. These are small sentences, but when you use them again and again, they become very powerful.
When I arrive at the fruit section of the market, I feel very happy because I see so many colors and shapes. There are apples that are red, green, and yellow. I see bananas that are long and yellow. And I notice some bunches are very ripe, while others are still a little green. The vendor has placed grapes in small baskets, and the purple grapes look shiny under the light. I also see oranges, big and round, and I can almost smell the fresh citrus in the air. I think about what I want to buy for the week. Maybe I will buy some apples for snacks, some bananas for breakfast, and a few oranges for juice. I want to make healthy choices, and the market gives me so many options. The vendor smiles at me and waits for me to speak, but I pause for a moment to look carefully at the fruits before deciding. Shopping here feels different from the supermarket because I can touch, look closely, and even ask questions about the freshness of the fruits.
As I walk toward David in the fruit section, I notice how carefully he is looking at everything, and it makes me smile because I also enjoy this part of shopping. I love seeing all the fruits arranged so beautifully on the tables. I see the green apples, and I immediately think of making an apple pie at home because my family loves it. I see the bananas, and I think they would be perfect for a smoothie. Then I notice the grapes, and they remind me of summer picnics when we would take grapes and cheese in a basket. The oranges also catch my attention, and I imagine making fresh juice on a sunny morning. I like to choose fruits one by one to make sure they are fresh, and I enjoy talking to the vendor who always gives good advice about what is in season. I think I will ask David what he plans to buy because sometimes we like to share ideas and maybe split the cost if we both want the same fruits.
Anna, after buying those apples and bananas earlier, I feel like exploring the vegetable section of this market. As I walk past these stalls, I notice the bright green cucumbers, the shiny red tomatoes, and even some fresh-looking leafy spinach. It feels like everything here has just been picked this morning. The vendor is arranging the carrots in a neat pile, and he smiles warmly at me, inviting me to take a closer look. I think I will stop here to ask him about the prices because the vegetables look really good and I might need them for dinner tonight.
That sounds like a good idea, David. I also notice the vegetables look very fresh here, and what I like about these local markets is that you can see the farmers bringing in their produce directly. It feels more natural than going to a supermarket where everything is wrapped in plastic. I think I want to buy some tomatoes for making a salad and maybe some potatoes as well because I can cook them in many ways. Let's ask the vendor about the prices, and maybe we can also check if he has herbs like coriander or parsley to add flavor to our meals. Talking to the sellers here is also good English practice because they often use simple words like kilo, fresh, or price, and that makes it easier for learners.
You are absolutely right, Anna. Simple exchanges like these are excellent for learners because the sentences are short and practical. For example, I might ask the vendor, "How much are the tomatoes?" And he will answer with something like, $2 for 1 kilo. That is a very useful phrase that we can all practice. How much is this? Or, how much are these? I will also try to use polite words like please and thank you, because those are important in every language. Now that I think of it, I would also like to buy cucumbers and green beans, because I plan to make a stir-fry at home, and those will go really well together.
That sounds delicious, David. I also want to look at those eggplants over there because they look so shiny and purple, and I love cooking them with a little olive oil and garlic. They can be roasted, grilled, or even cooked with rice. The market is such a colorful place. It feels almost like walking through a painting with red, yellow, green, and orange everywhere. I also notice that the prices here are sometimes cheaper than the supermarket, especially when you buy in larger quantities. For example, if you buy 2 kilos instead of 1, the vendor might give you a small discount, which is another important English word, discount. We should practice saying, "Can you give me a discount, please?" That's something many people use when shopping.
Yes, bargaining or asking for a discount is part of the fun at markets like this. I think it also teaches us cultural differences, because in some countries, bargaining is common, while in others it's not. In English, though, it's always good to know how to say it politely. I might try something like, "This looks very good, but can you give me a better price if I buy more?" That way, it sounds respectful, but still clear. Now, besides vegetables, I see that the other side of the market is full of clothes. There are shirts, dresses, scarves, and even hats hanging in rows. It feels like we are moving from the fresh food section into a little fashion street. I think I will take a walk there, because I actually need a new shirt for casual wear.
Oh, that's perfect, David. I also wanted to check the clothes section because sometimes you can find really unique and colorful dresses in markets like this. The fabric is often light and comfortable, perfect for daily use, and sometimes the sellers even tell you stories about where the cloth comes from. I see a stall with bright summer dresses and another with soft cotton shirts. For learners, this is a chance to practice more useful English questions like, "Do you have this in my size?" Or, "Can I try this on?" These are very common phrases when shopping for clothes, and they can be practiced slowly. I think I might ask about the scarves too, because they look elegant and practical for different seasons.
Yes, I think practicing size and color words is very useful here. For example, I might say, "I like this shirt, but do you have it in blue?" Or, "I need a large size, please." These are real-life sentences that learners can remember easily, because they connect directly to the shopping experience. The vendor here is showing me a shirt that looks nice, but I want to ask politely about the material. So I could say, "What is this shirt made of?" Or simply, "Is this cotton?" Asking about material is important, because cotton, wool, silk, or polyester are common words that appear often in markets or shops. Learning them through real examples makes them easier to understand.
That's true, David. I'm actually holding a scarf now, and it feels very soft. I can ask the seller, "Is this silk?" And he might reply, "Yes, pure silk," or maybe, "No, it's polyester." Even if we don't understand every single word, the action of pointing, touching, and listening helps us guess the meaning. I really like that markets are not only for buying things, but also for practicing daily conversation. You can greet the seller by saying, "Good morning," or "Hello." You can ask about prices, colors, and sizes, and finally you can end with, "Thank you, have a nice day." These are all small pieces of English that build confidence slowly, step by step. Shopping is not only about the items, it becomes a lesson in speaking politely and clearly.
We'll continue exploring more sections of the market next time, so keep practicing with us.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let us know in the comments what other shopping situations you'd like to practice.